The morning of my daughter's wedding should have smelled like peace, but instead it smelled like something waiting to break. The sky was bright, almost painfully cheerful, as I stood outside the lavish venue Lily had chosen, an old stone estate wrapped in white roses and gold ribbons. I adjusted my simple navy suit, the same one I had worn for years. It wasn't fancy, but it was clean, pressed, and meaningful. My late wife had bought it for me on our 20th anniversary. Today, our daughter would walk down the aisle without her mother's hand holding hers, and without knowing the truth about her father. I inhaled slowly. Asterisk asterisk today wasn't about me. It was about Lily. Asterisk asterisk hash hash asterisk asterisk, the bride who stole the room asterisk asterisk. When Lily appeared at the top of the stairs, the entire hall went silent. Her gown shimmered like morning frost, embroidered with tiny crystals that caught the light. Her hair was gathered into a soft bun, strands escaping like golden threads. And her smile, nervous but sincere, broke something inside me. My little girl. I whispered to myself. You grew up too fast. She saw me and waved excitedly. Dad, what do you think? She said when she reached me, twirling like she used to when she was 7 and wearing her mother's oversized heels. You look perfect, I answered honestly. Your mom would have cried. Her eyes softened, I know. I wished that moment had lasted longer. But then, asterisk asterisk, Andrew asterisk asterisk entered. Hash hash asterisk asterisk, the fiancé with the smile that didn't reach his eyes asterisk asterisk. Andrew Collins looked every bit the wealthy groom. Polished shoes, tailored suit, hair gelled with the precision of a man who worshipped mirrors. He flashed a wide grin as he approached us, but the warmth never touched his eyes. Lily, sweetheart, he said, kissing her cheek. Then his gaze slid to me. Oh, he muttered, you actually made it on time. I forced a polite smile. Wouldn't miss my daughter's wedding, he smirked. Wearing that, Lily elbowed him lightly. Andrew, stop. He lifted his hands in mock surrender. Just making conversation, but his eyes held the same condescension I had grown used to. It wasn't the first time he commented on my clothes, my car, my budget lifestyle. To him, I wasn't a father. I was a charity case that came with the woman he wanted. And I let him think that. Better a wolf reveal its teeth first. Hash hash asterisk asterisk laughter with an edge asterisk asterisk. The ceremony began. Guests clapped at the vows, the kiss, the recessional. Everything looked perfect. The kind of picture. Perfect wedding people post online to pretend life has no cracks. During the reception, I stayed near the back, sipping a small glass of water. Andrew and his friends dominated the dance floor, laughing too loudly, drinking too quickly, acting like the world belonged to them. At one point, his best man snickered loudly. Hey, Andrew, your future father. In-law, did he walk here? That suit is older than your grandma. They burst into laughter. Andrew cupped his hands around his mouth and called out to me across the hall. Mr. Hale, did you find the free parking lot, or did you walk here to save gas? Guests chuckled awkwardly. I smiled politely, pretending the words didn't sting. Lily looked embarrassed, mouthing asterisk, I'm sorry asterisk to me, from across the room. But I didn't want her day ruined, so I breathed, stayed calm, and waited. Hash hash asterisk asterisk, the cake asterisk asterisk, a 3-tier cake stood at the center of the hall like a sculpture. White frosting, sugar roses, gold flakes glistening under the lights. When the music shifted, the guests gathered around for the cake. Cutting. Dad, come stand with us, Lily called, smiling. I stepped beside her, proud and emotional. Andrew grinned too wide. Hey, Mr. Hale, he said, clapping me on the back harder than necessary. Ever had cake this expensive before? I didn't respond. The photographer counted. 1, 2. And on asterisk asterisk, 3 asterisk asterisk, instead of cutting the cake asterisk asterisk, Andrew grabbed the back of my head and slammed my face into it. Asterisk asterisk, the cake gave way with a sickening softness as my nose and forehead sank in frosting. Gasps erupted. Someone laughed nervously. Someone else shrieked. Andrew's voice rang through the hall. Try some dessert, beggar. The room froze. My ears rang. Frosting dripped down my chin. But what hurt more than the impact was Lily's horrified face. She didn't move, she didn't speak. She looked torn between disbelief and humiliation. Andrew laughed loudly, expecting everyone else to join. But the laughter never came. Instead, from the back of the hall, a voice thundered. Asterisk, asterisk, he's a billionaire. Asterisk, asterisk, the hall went dead silent. Forks dropped, chairs scraped. Someone gasped audibly. Andrew's smile disappeared instantly. His skin turned the color of chalk. His mouth opened and closed like a fish thrown on land. W. What? He stammered, stepping backward. H. Him. No, no way. But the whispering around the room grew louder. Is that Daniel Hale? His name is on the Cancer Research Institute. He owns half the medical tech in this state. Oh my God, Andrew is dead. Andrew's hands shook. My daughter burst into tears, and I, still covered in frosting, slowly lifted my head. For the first time that day, asterisk, asterisk, I let Andrew see the real man he had just assaulted and humiliated. Asterisk, asterisk, silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. For a full breath, the wedding hall froze as if time itself refused to move. The only sound was the soft drip of frosting sliding down my cheek. Andrew stared at me, pupils shrinking, chest rising and falling with shallow breaths. His friends, who had been laughing moments before, suddenly looked as if they wanted to disappear into the wallpaper. I straightened slowly, wiping frosting off my face with the edge of a napkin someone handed me. Not a single person dared to speak. Not even Lily. I wasn't angry. I was disappointed. An emotion far heavier, far colder. And perhaps that quiet disappointment frightened Andrew more than rage ever could. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The truth seeps in asterisk asterisk guests whispered frantically around us. I told you he looked familiar. He's the Hale from Hale Biotech. My uncle works for his company. God, Andrew really did that to him. This is going to destroy him. Andrew swallowed hard and took a hesitant step forward. Mr. Hale, he stammered. Sir, it was a joke, just a wedding joke. I didn't know. I raised my hand slightly. He stopped mid-sentence. You didn't need to know who I was to treat me with respect, I said quietly. A soft murmur spread through the room. Andrew's eyes widened. His legs trembled. Lily finally snapped out of her frozen shock and rushed to me. Dad, oh my God, are you okay? She cried, grabbing my arm. I'm so sorry, I didn't know he would. It's all right, I said gently, but my voice was firm. Are you all right? She looked at Andrew, confusion and fear battling inside her. Why would you do that to my dad? Andrew raised his palms defensively. Babe, it was just. Come on, it was a prank. Everyone knows wedding pranks are normal, not like this, she whispered, choking back tears. But before the conversation could continue, my lead security officer, Marcus, approached discreetly from behind. He leaned close and whispered, Say the word, sir. Andrew saw him and paled even more. He looked like a man who suddenly realized he was standing on thin ice above a dark ocean. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The exit of a different kind asterisk asterisk. The guests parted like a red sea as I began walking toward the exit. My shoes left faint smears of white frosting on the polished floor. Lily followed me, gripping my arm. Dad, where are you going? She asked, panicked. A place where people don't treat others like trash. I replied quietly. Her face fell. Please don't leave, please. I don't want this day ruined. It was ruined the moment he showed you who he truly is. Her shoulders slumped. Tears spilled. I'm so sorry. I put my hands gently on her cheeks. You didn't do this. None of this is your fault. Behind us, Andrew hurried after me. Wait, Mr. Hale. Daniel, sir, please. You can't just leave. We can talk about this. I stopped, turned slowly, and looked him dead in the eyes. It startled him. He took a step back. We will talk, I said. His shoulders loosened in relief until I added, Asterisk, asterisk, but not today. Asterisk, asterisk. And I walked out. Behind me, chaos erupted. Voices rose. Lily begged for calm. The wedding planner nearly fainted. The guests looked torn between pity and curiosity. But I didn't look back. Outside the venue, the crisp afternoon air hit my face, cooling the sting of the humiliation. Marcus opened the black car door for me. "Sir," he said, "permission to proceed." I took a long breath. My reflection in the car window looked like a man who had swallowed betrayal and spat out resolve. "Yes," I answered softly. "Begin." Hash hash asterisk asterisk flashback. The first warning signs asterisk asterisk as the car pulled away. My mind drifted to the first time Andrew entered our lives. He had shown up with flowers so expensive they practically screamed insecurity, boasting about his investment success and future empire. He shook my hand too firmly, as if trying to prove something. When Lily left the room that day to bring tea, he leaned close and smirked. "You don't intimidate me, old man. I'm marrying your daughter, not you." He thought I was a simple man in a simple home. He thought Lily was marrying below his standards. He thought I was harmless. That was his first mistake. His second mistake was underestimating how much I loved my daughter. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The research begins asterisk asterisk back in the present. I sat in my office. A very different place from the small apartment Lily believed I lived in. Glass walls overlooked the ocean. Sculptures and awards lined the shelves. It was my real world, one I kept private so Lily could live freely without vultures circling her. Marcus entered holding a thick folder. "It's worse than we thought," he said. I flipped it open, arrest records sealed. Debt statements, fraudulent business proposals, affairs, voicemail transcripts of him mocking Lily for being too emotional. Emails bragging to his friends that he was marrying into money and planning to upgrade his future once I'm in the grave. A cold wave rolled through me. "Sir," Marcus continued, "should we alert Miss Hale?" I tapped the edge of the folder. "No, not yet. I want the full picture." Hash hash asterisk asterisk. Lily calls asterisk asterisk. My phone buzzed. Lily's name flashed on the screen. I answered. Lily, her voice was shaky. "Dad, can I come over?" For a moment I hesitated. She didn't know about my real estate, my real wealth, my real life. Of course, I said, "Should I go to your apartment?" "No," I replied. "I'll text you the address." A stunned silence followed. A new address. "Yes." "Dad, why do I feel like I don't know who anyone is anymore?" My heart clenched. She deserved answers, but she deserved protection more. "You'll understand soon," I whispered. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The man they underestimated asterisk asterisk as I hung up. I walked to the floor, to ceiling windows, and stared at the ocean. Waves crashed in slow, steady rhythm, unbothered by human chaos. I thought of Andrew, of his arrogance, his cruelty, his greed. He thought I was weak. He thought I had no power. He thought I was a poor old man whose humiliation meant nothing. He thought wrong, because money wasn't my strength. Influence wasn't my strength. Power wasn't my strength. Asterisk asterisk. My strength was that I never sought revenge. Asterisk asterisk. But this time it wasn't about revenge. It was about protecting my daughter. If that meant Andrew's world had to crumble, then so be it. The world has a strange way of revealing truth. For Andrew Collins, truth came crashing down not all at once, but in waves, cold, deliberate, merciless waves. And I was not the storm. I simply opened the door for it. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. Lily arrives. Secrets unveiled asterisk asterisk. When Lily arrived at my true home, a private estate built into a cliffside overlooking the ocean, she stepped out of her car and stared as if she'd entered a different universe. Her breath caught. "Dad, what is this place?" she whispered. "My home," I said quietly. "But I don't understand. You live in a small apartment. You always said you preferred." "I preferred raising you away from greed," I replied gently. "Away from people like Andrew, people who love wealth more than hearts." She turned to me slowly, hurt flickering in her eyes. "So you hid this from me?" I hid it asterisk for asterisk you. Her lips trembled. Why now? Why show me today of all days? I opened the folder Marcus had handed me earlier and placed it on the marble table between us, because the man you almost married was counting on an inheritance you didn't know existed. Lily's face drained of color. She stared at the document's photos, text messages, criminal reports, women's testimonies. She covered her mouth with both hands. No, no, this can't be real. She whispered desperately. He told me he loved me. He said he wanted a family. He told his friends. I said quietly, tapping one of the printed transcripts, that once he married you, he would handle the old man and enjoy the money. Her knees buckled. She sank onto the couch, shaking. He was using me, she breathed. This whole time, I knelt beside her. I'm so sorry, Lily. I should have made you see sooner. She cried into my chest, her tears warm and trembling. I was going to spend my life with him, she sobbed. I trusted him. And in that moment, it didn't matter that Andrew insulted me. What mattered was that he had torn my daughter's heart, and for that, there would be consequences. ##*, the investigation deepens *** for days. My team worked tirelessly. Financial reports, emails, false investment pitches, loans he never intended to repay, women he manipulated. Contracts with forged signatures. Every stone we overturned revealed more rot. Marcus gave updates constantly. Sir, 2 more victims have come forward. Sir, he forged Lily's signature on a prenup draft. Sir, he's planning to flee the state. That last one made my jaw tighten. Flee? No, he wouldn't get the chance. ##*, the meeting. Andrew panics, ***. Andrew tried calling Lily dozens of times. She blocked him, then he tried calling me. I didn't answer until the 15th attempt. When I picked up, the desperation in his voice was sharp enough to cut. Mr. Hale, please. Please listen, I didn't mean any of it. I was drunk, I was stressed. I love Lily. You had 15 chances to love her. I said coldly. All of which you wasted. You don't understand, he shouted. I can fix this, just tell her to talk to me. You want forgiveness, I said. But you never apologized. He froze. I continued. Meet me tomorrow, noon. The address will be sent. Come alone. Why? Yes, sir, thank you. But he had no idea what was waiting for him. ##*, the ruining of a predator, ***, the next morning. Andrew arrived at a private conference room, expecting a chance to beg for redemption. What he found instead was a table lined with investors. His investors, the ones he had lied to, taken money from, or tricked into schemes. He went white. What is this? He stammered. This, I said from the head of the table, is your truth. One by one, the investors confronted him. You lied about the property you were selling. You never returned the funds. You forged my signature on a loan. You tricked my daughter. You stole my retirement savings. Andrew's legs shook violently. He collapsed into a chair. No, please listen. His voice cracked. I can explain. You can explain it to your lawyer, Marcus said, stepping behind him. Andrew turned to me, eyes wild, terrified. You did this. You're destroying my life. No, I said calmly. Your choices destroyed your life. I simply let the truth be heard. He reached for me desperately. Please, don't ruin me, please. I'll chain. I'll do anything, just don't take everything away. Everything, I echoed quietly. You tried to take that from my daughter. He went silent. ##*, the arrest, ***, the doors opened. 2 officers stepped inside. Andrew Collins, he whimpered. No and no. Please, he tried to run. Marcus placed a hand on his shoulder, keeping him still. You are under arrest for fraud, identity falsification, and financial misconduct. The room watched as he was handcuffed. His face was red, swollen with panic. He screamed my name. Daniel, please talk to them, call them off. I stood, walked toward him, and looked him straight in the eyes. I warned you, I said softly, not with words, but with every chance you were given to be a better man. Tears streamed down his cheeks. You ruined me, he whispered brokenly. No, I replied, I protected my daughter. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. After the fall asterisk asterisk. When the officers dragged him away, the investors shook my hand. Some thanked me, some apologized for ever trusting Andrew, but I felt no triumph, just relief, and a sadness for what my daughter had nearly been chained to. When I returned home, Lily was waiting in the living room, curled under a blanket. Her eyes were red from crying, but her voice was steady. "Is it over?" she whispered. "Yes," I said. "Did you ruin him?" "No," I answered slowly. "I simply revealed who he always was." She closed her eyes, leaning against me. "Thank you for protecting me, Dad." Emotion tightened my throat. "I always will." I whispered into her hair. "No matter how old you get." For the first time in weeks, she exhaled without shaking. Sweet revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, precise, and fair, and it tasted colder and sweeter than any cake ever could. The strange thing about heartbreak is that it echoes. It lingers long after the person who caused it is gone. Lily felt that echo for weeks after Andrew's arrest. Some days she moved through the house like a ghost, clinging to grief and betrayal. Other days she found strength in the smallest things: a sunrise, a cup of tea, the sound of distant waves crashing against the cliffs. Healing was not a moment. Healing was a journey, but she didn't walk it alone. Hash hash asterisk asterisk, the first steps asterisk asterisk. One evening, I found Lily sitting barefoot on the back patio, staring at the ocean as dusk painted the sky in purples and oranges. "Dad," she said without turning. "Yes, sweetheart. Do you think I'll ever trust someone again?" The wind carried her question gently, almost protectively. I sat beside her. "You trusted the wrong man," I said. "That doesn't mean you're incapable of trusting the right one." She blinked back tears. "I feel stupid." "You're not stupid. You're human." She exhaled shakily. "He fooled me so completely. I don't know how I'll know the difference next time." I wrapped an arm around her. "You'll know because next time you'll look with both your heart and your wisdom. Love isn't blind, Lily. People just pretend it is." She leaned her head on my shoulder, and for a long time we sat in silence, letting the ocean and the fading sun speak for us. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. Any W kind of life asterisk asterisk. With Andrew out of the picture, Lily moved back home for a while. She stopped wearing the diamond engagement ring he'd given her and placed it in a drawer, where it belonged with other broken promises. She returned to her art studio, the one she had nearly abandoned during the engagement. She painted again: rainstorms, wildflowers, women standing against the wind. You could see her healing on the canvas. I watched quietly from the doorway, proud of the strength she didn't know she had. The world moved on, though whispers followed us for a time. That poor girl. Did you hear what her fiancé did? At her own wedding, but whispers faded. People forgot. Lily, however, grew stronger. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The unexpected visitor asterisk asterisk. Months later, I was in my study reviewing a report when I heard a knock. "Dad," Lily called. "Someone's here to see us." I stepped out, expecting a delivery or maybe Marcus. Instead, a middle-aged woman stood nervously in the entryway, wringing her hands. "My name is Evelyn," she said softly. I was engaged to Andrew 2 years ago." Lily froze. Evelyn explained how he had manipulated and stolen from her. When she heard through social whispers what had happened at the wedding, she wanted to come personally to thank us. "You saved more than just your daughter," Evelyn said tearfully. "You saved many women who could have been next." Lily hugged her tightly. And I saw something shift inside my daughter, a release, a realization that Andrew's actions weren't a reflection of her worth. Sometimes closure comes from unexpected places. Hash hash asterisk asterisk. The return of joy asterisk asterisk. Seasons changed. Summer warmed the cliffs, fall painted the trees in rusty gold, and winter draped the estate in silver. Life settled into a gentle rhythm. Lily laughed again, really laughed. Her smile became genuine, untangled from pain. And then she met Noah ***. He wasn't flashy. He didn't try to impress. He didn't arrive with roses or fancy gifts. He came with kindness. He met Lily at a community art class where he taught children how to draw. He asked about her work, listened deeply, smiled with sincerity. He didn't flirt aggressively. He didn't push. He simply showed up, quietly and consistently. When Lily finally introduced him to me, I saw no arrogance in his eyes. No greed, no ulterior motives, just a man who had fallen for her heart. And unlike Andrew, Noah treated me with respect, even before he learned who I truly was. #****, a proposal without pretense ****, a year after the disastrous wedding. Noah proposed in the simplest, most beautiful way imaginable. In Lily's art studio, surrounded by her paintings. He knelt beside a canvas she had recently finished, a painting of a woman standing with her eyes closed as the wind brushed her hair, peaceful and unafraid. "I don't want a perfect life with you," Noah told her. "I want a real one, with flaws and laughter, and everything in between," Lily cried. This time they were tears of joy. When she told me, her voice trembled with a happiness I hadn't heard in a long time. "Dad, is it strange that this feels right? Really right?" "No," I told her. "It feels right because it is." ###, the second wedding, a different kind of beautiful ****. Her second wedding was nothing like the first. There were no chandeliers, no marble halls, no $100 centerpieces. It was held in a garden at sunset, with 30 people who genuinely loved her. Noah waited at the altar with a smile that reached his eyes, a smile that promised honesty, devotion, and safety. As I walked Lily down the aisle this time, her hand wasn't shaking. Her heart wasn't doubting. She was ready. When we reached Noah, she whispered to me, "I'm glad it's you walking me again," and my throat tightened. Always. The ceremony was gentle, intimate, perfect. And during the reception, something funny happened. ###, the cake moment, rewritten ****, when it was time for the cake. Lily and Noah cut it together. Then Noah dipped his finger into the frosting and gently dabbed a tiny bit on my nose. The guests burst into laughter. I froze for a second, then laughed with them. Lily hugged me, whispering, "This time it's a memory we'll cherish, not one we'll regret." And for the first time since that horrible day, I felt the wound fully heal. The cake, the insult, the humiliation, they no longer had power over us. We had rewritten the moment. ###, epilogue of the heart, ****, later that night. I stood alone under the twinkling garden lights, listening to the laughter and music. Lily approached quietly and slipped her hand into mine. "Do you ever regret anything that happened?" she asked. I looked at her, glowing, loved, safe. "No." I said softly, "Because everything that broke led you here, and here is where you were always meant to be." She smiled, leaning her head on my arm. "Dad?" "Yes, sweetheart. Thank you for everything, for protecting me, for standing up for me, for staying. Always," I whispered. "My love will always be your home." As the night sky stretched above us, filled with stars and second chances, I realized something. Revenge may have been cold, but healing was warm. And love was warmer still.